What's up, guys? How are you doing? Welcome to Intuitive Talks with your host, yours truly, Adanina. Welcome to Intuitive Talks, where I intuit into it, you intuit into it, we intuit into it, we all intuit into it, and I'm just connecting the dots while also just remembering memory. Welcome to this episode of Intuitive Talks. Um, Today, on this episode of Intuitive Talks, I'm going to be giving you my experience on, you know, I'm going to be giving you my experience as an Aries woman with Leo men and even Leo women, like with Leo people in general. But I think I'll focus more on men. Um, in respects of the Leo season that is going on, right? Um, Leo season, you understand, it, Leo season in general for me is like one of the seasons I look forward to, experiencing, because I'm an Aries sun, and it's just naturally, I mean, supposed to be favorable for me, you understand, in any way, shape, or form, because that is like kindred spirit. And that's what I really feel when I'm around Leo people. It's kind of like kindred spirits, like we understand each other. Even if we fight, it's like there is an understanding. Based on my experience with Leo men, Leo women, you understand, I can fight, I can shout, they can hurt me, you understand, but it's kind of like when we fight, like I said, we understand each other, like we understand the fire in our the passion in our fiery fights, you understand, unlike most other sign don't, unlike unlike other signs that may not necessarily get the fire of, okay, I'm fighting you, or I'm I'm not that I'm insulting you, kind of like, yeah, I'm fighting you, I'm verbally assaulting you, I'm physically fighting you. You understand, it's kind of like a fire sign, or like Leo and Aries, I feel like um they get the significance of understanding a fight and what it really means, like to fight with somebody like passionately. um I hope I was able to make sense with that, and I'm sorry how I just jumped in, you understand. Usually when I'm doing these types of things, I just jump into it. I go on impulse, I go spontaneously, and most of all, I'm led by my spirit to just do a video at a particular time, even if I don't know what I'm doing, okay? So that's just, just, explaining myself. Um, as I turned on the video, I went to go get something to drink, alcohol, and it's Shutter Home, I believe. Shutter Home. You know what? Let me go show you. You understand? Shutter Home. You understand? So I know what I'm saying. Um, I just opened this today, and I've been drinking it all through the day. Like when I'm drinking, it's like when I'm drinking this type of thing or alcohol, it's like I drink water. And you would think that I drink all the time because the way it looks like I've gulped down this alcohol, but no, you understand. I have times. Usually, I don't just drink like that, or then other times I do drink like that. But I just wanted to show you what I was drinking, And when I drink, I only have certain things that I drink. I drink Smirnoff. I don't usually do hard liquors. I kind of sort of like wine, like I like wine, red wine, especially when it's very, very cold and chill. Like I wish w- when it's chilled, like a, is it cherry berry chiller? Cherry berry, no, cherry berry chiller. You understand that they sell in McDonald's? They used to do it. I don't know. You understand, like a nice. No, not really like an icy. Yeah, I love ices, but I just like to have a lot of ice in it so that it could be very cold to help me drink, alcohol. So, yeah. All right. So, yes, yeah, I put some alcohol here, and I don't smoke and I don't have electric smoke, which I'm gonna start doing, or or I should have done, you understand, if I was, sharpest. You get what I'm saying? By the way, that drink I'm drinking now, it was a gift given to me by a total stranger for my birthday. I'm an Aries. My birthday is in March. You understand? Like right at the beginning of, right around the beginning of Aries. You understand? Right at the ending of Pisces and beginning of Aries. You understand? And I've been trying to figure out how to open it, but today in Leo season, God made all things possible. And I finally took the advice, of someone close to me who told me, yeah, if you're serious about opening that drink, you have to just jam a knife in it and open it. I thought she was joking. And that's exactly what I did, because there was no screw, I say screwdriver. There was no screw to screw it out or whatever. No corkscrew, no, none of that. And you know, bottom line, I pushed it. I tried to move it, and then I pushed the cork inside, or whatever it was. I pushed it inside, and I'm able to drink. Um, the reason for all this, I know this seems like a lot of rubbish, but there's a there's a very great brother of mine. He's like a spiritual brother. You know, he was the one that told me, in order to connect with a Leo, because I always told him, I was like, my father would tell me drink out of his cup. You understand? And he would always want me to drink out of his cup, and I didn't understand that, and I felt that, okay, you know apart from him just being a human being, where okay, you respect people's things, and like, okay, that is their cup that they're drinking. You understand? That's what I was doing. That's the cup that they're drinking from, so you don't want to drink from somebody else's cup. I mean, and the fact that also he's my father, and I'm giving him that respect of, okay, this is his cup and this is his drink that he's drinking. I didn't, I found it odd that he always says, oh, you can taste it, you can drink it, you understand? And I just found it, I was like, oh, thank you, I'll taste it later. You understand? A friend of, a brother of mine, you understand, a spiritual brother of mine, he told me, you're supposed to always take drink from a Leo. They're gonna find that offensive if you don't take drink from a Leo. You understand? You understand? And he was trying to tell me, because I was telling him, about me and my dad or whatever. And then he was like, he's trying to connect with you. I was like, oh, okay, next time I'll do it. He was like, no, you fucked up. So I didn't know. I didn't know that, you understand, my father was doing that to connect me. By the way, my father is a Leo. So, I didn't understand that, his way of trying to connect with me, will be obviously, doing some type of, I don't know, ritual or some kind of gestures. I don't know. But yeah, every sign has their way that they are trying to communicate to you personally or whatnot. You get what I'm saying? Anyway, and by the way, I'm not ready to shout my spiritual brother out. Not now. I know this. I know, but I'm not ready. Not ready. Not ready. Not ready. Okay. Anyway, okay. So back. Like this is ridiculous. And back to the video. My experience with Aries. My experience with Leo people, in particularly, in particular Leo man, as an Aries woman, and it will of course be from an Aries perspective. Uh, with Leo man, like I said, my father is a Leo, and just my early memory of him. You understand? And he's still going on strong now. He's still alive. Um, he's as I knew him as a child, he was a very very generous man. You understand? He's a man who is well loved in his family, well respected. Um, he was very very supported um, by his oldest sister, who he really cherishes and adores. And in a way, he looks for the spirit. You understand? Even though his sister is still alive, that's his own Ada. You understand? Sorry if I made a blunder. Ada means first daughter, or it can just mean in general daughter. You understand? Ada is a title given to um, a daughter who is the first female child. You understand? So it is respectfully given as a name, you understand, as a title, you understand, to the first female child. And whether she has that name, you understand, whether she's given that name or not, it is understood in the community and or wherever she goes that she is the Ada, meaning the first daughter, the first lady, the first female child. You understand? And it is a sign of to me, I feel like it's a sign of respect. The title is respected because I believe in our culture, we believe that the first female child is like the second mother, so she is to be respected. And I mean, in in our culture, you know it, in our culture, how do you say it? In our culture, respect, you understand, respecting people who they're older than you, who have rank, you understand, is very important anyway. And it's just that when they see their dad, she's a symbol of she's a symbol, how do you say it? Yeah, she's a symbol of, like, the first lady, like after the queen, is the first princess, is the first daughter, you understand. And in a lot of cases, she's actually like the most important child. But that's a blunder. I'm letting things get to my head. I mean, as you can see, I am another, you understand, I am the other, you understand. But well, well, if I was to be fair, you understand, and actually very correct, with what I'm saying. Uh, the Okbara, which is the first son, the first male child, you understand, the first male child born into the family, Okbara is the most important child because he is the one that is supposed to continue the the father's name, the family's lineage. You understand? Don't quote me too much. I'm not a historian, but I know culture, even if it's somewhat knowing. Um, and I've been in that culture. I've been immersed into that culture. I am the culture. And well, that opera too could opera is the most important child as far as the child being a male child, and in our tribe male children are esteemed higher value than a woman, a female child. um and like I said, he's the one, the first child to the first male child to continue the family lineage. And I don't want to say he's the second man of the house, but if in case the father dies, you understand, God forbid, then yeah, he is, you understand, he is Simba. You get what I'm saying? He is Simba. He's to take over, and he's now the man of the house, that type of a thing. You understand? It's better to sit down with a man, who knows culture. You understand? To the Igbo culture, to or just culture in general, to begin to talk about these things that I'm trying to explain to you. And that's the thing. With me as an Aries woman, my experience with um, Leo men or just Leos is kind of like the culture. I learned culture. I got immersed into culture, and it's kind of like knowing that culture, that tradition, that discipline of what I need to do, whether I liked it or not. And it was mostly that I didn't like it, but I was still, you know, forced into that type of culture because, it gave me some kind of, besides giving me the benefit of experiencing culture, um, it it made me, how do you say it? Yeah, more cultured. It made me more yeah, like whenever you hear the accent, whenever you hear whenever you see something different about me, like especially, okay, since we're in the states, you understand, when you hear accents, when you hear that, it's all because of my Leo father. You understand? If he wasn't an African man, if he wasn't an Igbo man, there's no way that I would be able to, you know, of course it could be done with other ways, but I wouldn't have been able to, be able to sound like this, to, you know, to without ease show people that, okay, yes, I am African. Yes, I am this. You understand? It's the culture, it's like the roots, the tradition of who you really are is. And I feel that that's what I learn more with a Leo. And like I said, my dad, my early memory of my dad is that he was a very generous man. I remember when I was little, when I'll ask him for uh, 20 naira, he would give me 40 naira. And I always love to talk to my dad about, I always love to ask for my dad to give me money when I was a kid, when I was still considered underage. Because, like I said, he usually, the generosity, you understand, the generous hand, you understand, the kindness. that he showed towards me. Um, he would give me double the amount of what I wanted, and I think what I'm trying to say is that was the reason why I love to be around him when it was time to go out. I love for him to take me out. For example, apart from my dad taking me out, I love when a Leo man takes me out because most of the time, most of the time when a Leo man takes me out, especially in the beginning stages, he usually spoils me. Gives me a lot of money, and this is like not only Sun in Leo. Like if they have aspects in their chart, I've noticed it also with Jupiter and Leo men, especially like if they meet me in the beginning stages, like you understand, because it's kind of like with the Aries, I believe they see innocence, they see purity, and they love that. And it's like Leo people, they love to see purity, they love to see the innocence of a child. So it's kind of like I represent that. You understand? And it's easier for them to give somebody something that they feel that is pure. You understand? Um, do I have that type of relationship with my dad where he's generous with his money, generous with his time, generous with his energy? I would say no. It's totally different now because it's like the roles have switched, or he's expecting the roles to switch, that I will start to be the one to provide. And since I've been in a position where I can't even provide, it's kind of like a resentment, and um, it's kind of like that is when they start the discarding phase. You understand? It's kind of like with a Leo person, is that I feel like that is where I totally learn narcissism. It's kind of like I feel like Leo is synonymous with narcissism. Like, I learned narcissism because I was totally immersed into that type of a lifestyle. Um, where you respect your elders, you understand, but still it's kind of like I'm grown, but I don't feel respected by children a lot. You understand? I feel disrespected too. That is so pitiful. So it's kind of like a lot of narcissism, a lot of respect slash disrespect. And like I was trying to say, let me complete my thought. You understand? With men, you understand? No, with Leo men, even if they have Jupiter, I've noticed if they have like Jupiter and Leo, um, they they spoil me. Even if it's from the beginning, they find themselves taking care of me somehow. You understand? And I know that they resent it because it's kind of like, why? Why am I taking care of this grown woman, or why am I taking care of it? It's kind of like when the rose colored glasses that they're taking to look at me, which I mean it's not wrong to look at me that way. You understand, where they're like, oh, this one is not pure, or she's not whole like we thought she was. You understand? It's like the thought, you understand, it has been tainted. You understand? And it's like, they completely withdraw, and then it's almost like there is nothing that can bring them back to that pure stage of how they felt for you. You understand? And in that way, when they're taking you out and doing everything for you, you understand, that is when they have the respect. You understand? They're showing you respect. They're showing you, you're such a valuable woman, I love you, I value your time. But I didn't really understand it. I think I understood it subconsciously. I understood it subconsciously before. You understand? Especially with men. You understand? With my dad, you understand, I kind of felt do you understand, even as I'm old now, and I know that he's, a lot more different with me. You understand? He's feeling like, okay, I'm grown, that I shouldn't, if I'm struggling like I am now, like I shouldn't be. You understand? And he doesn't have mercy on me. And well, there is an explanation for that. So, um, yeah, I noticed that Leos, especially in the beginning of the relationship, especially with men, um, they're very they're generous with their money, time. Like if you need him, he'll be there in a jiffy. You understand? He'll be there for you. And I know that these are characteristics of if a man loves you or not, but it's kind of like a Leo man, especially he's the one who leads with that respect level. He leads. He and you know Leo is a natural born leader. It is the sign of the leader. You understand? It's the sun. It rules it, it it is ruled by the sun. The Leo sign is ruled by the sun. I think sun is a planet, right? Well, sun. Okay. And if anybody is wondering what this is a sunflower. I don't know if you can see it. It's a sunflower. You understand? So, um, yeah. Uh, yeah, they're generous with their time. I noticed that, and it makes me so. It just it makes it. I don't want to say it flatters me, but I I'm just so honored when they give of their time to me, even if I don't show it. You understand? Like there was one time where I don't know what possessed me. You understand? Somebody. Well, let me just. I'm not even gonna mess with that. I'm not even gonna mess with her, but um, I don't know, really know what possessed me to be drinking castor oil because I thought that it would cleanse cleanse my digestive system or whatnot. I drank it the first couple of times, of course I went to the bathroom and whatnot. I was fine. Then the next time that I tried this thing, that I just drank, and mind you, this is the castor oil that I bought for my hair. So why was I even trying to drink it? And years after I drank it, that was when I found out that you're not supposed to ingest castor oil because it could kill you. anyway, anyway, I ingested castor oil, and then I started feeling so bad. My head, I don't. There was. It was like I was feeling like my head was just getting flushed. I don't know. And then I had to use the bathroom. I had to throw up. Or I don't know. I was just feeling out of it, like lightheaded. Um, so just feeling out of it. And who did I call? My Leo friend at the time, which mind you has the same birthday as my father. So I called him and he stayed on the phone with me. And that act alone, he's done a lot of great things for me, but that act alone for him just being there for me at a time where I felt like I was gonna die. You understand? Because it was like there was no question of me getting into the car to drive because I called someone that I felt should know me better to um really at least gesture to me that he will be there for me like the Leo did on the phone. But he didn't. That one didn't because I called that one first. And then I called the Leo man and he was so distraught. He was like, "Are you okay? Oh my god. You understand? And he was getting on my nerves because you know sometimes when you're sick or you know you're feeling ill or something, noises and movements is gonna annoy you or get on your nerves. And you just every second, are you okay? Are you okay? I'm like, okay. I was so spoiled. He spoiled me so much, you know. I was like, and when I'm being spoiled, that's when I am like really like a, not really like a cat. So, but uh, um, you know, I appreciated it. I was just like, oh God, you understand? And I was really feeling bad, and I was just like that, and he stayed on the phone with me like and he I really took him as a brother even though he wanted to date me. I just found it very odd. It was just weird, but you know he would spoil me. I would want to go to the carnival. He was right there with me so I could just display, and oh, it was just so funny, and it was just so fun. It was so much fun. That was really what it is. It was fun. You understand? And with Leo man, you could have the time of your life. Like I said, they're very generous. So when you go to a restaurant, he's the type of dude that's like, yeah, get whatever you want. Word. I get whatever I want. I get everything I want. And, you know, I'm not the kind of person that is really sensitive to somebody's pockets. Because with Leos, I really feel like they got a lot of money, and they do. Like they spend money, and that's how they know they love you. Because before they start acting stingy, or when they start to act stingy, that means they don't like you, and it's like they've discarded you. Like with Leo, you definitely have to follow the narcissism algorithm. From my experience and what I'm intuiting into now, like he either sees you as a valuable person, or he sees you as the bottom of the barrel, or he just sees you as you're just there for entertainment. Go get me some rice, fix me some rice and stew, and bring it to me. Then he'll laugh at you. Go. So narcissism, you understand? It's just like if you're there, if you're the 30th child, you're like, oh yes, Papa, yes, Dad. Or if you're gonna be the Ada or the Akbar, but it's kind of like for Leo man, especially, like they esteem like the strongest woman. You know, they esteem um the first child. You do you understand? The first daughter, you understand, they're supposed to be a symbol of strength. You understand, they're supposed to be that lioness. You understand? And when you don't, when you're not exhibiting that, when you don't show it, it is just how do you say it? Yeah, it's a blow to his ego because he thought of you. You understand? Or like he thought of me as a lioness, and when I grew up not to be a lioness, he's just like, oh, what a waste, what a waste of my pure thought of this lioness. You understand? Um, so I know I think I've mentioned in another video, my personality is really really interesting to say the least. You understand? My father is he's a he's a Leo man. He's very cultured. He loves parties. Very super confident. Very proud man. Nothing can weigh him down. Nothing will put him down. He takes care of his health. He he loves confidence. He has a lot of kids. You know, has big appetite with women, with everything. You understand? So Um, but then again, my mother is an ultra feminine woman, very quiet, very shy, which is how people see me to be. But when I'm talking, is they may see my dad, because my mother, my mother who is dead, may her soul rest in peace. My mother wouldn't do something like this. Like that's why it took me a long time to get on this type of a platform. And you know, with my spiritual brother who nudged me, this wow. If it wasn't because of him, oh my goodness, I would still be sitting on my ideas and sitting on things that I need to do. You understand? Sitting on, channeling myself. You understand? With my channel. Um. Anyway, yeah. What was I saying again? Yeah, he's a very proud man. And I mean, me as I got older, I didn't live up to that expectation of what what his thoughts were for me and about me. You understand? He was like this pure child. She would do exactly, what I wanted her to do. And I was doing that. You understand? It's just that, you know, at the end of when you fall, you understand? When you're weak, you're weak. So it's now, like in my father's eyes, now I'm considered weak. So I am weak. You understand? And it's like when your father deems you useless, then there is this up, you doomed, you messed up. Uh, as far as culture is concerned, as far as life is concerned, if your father deems you done with, like discard you and put you on exile, whoa. Or you dishonor your father, which is, you know, I've done that knowingly and unknowingly. And I'm not saying it nonchalantly, but you understand? Oh, I don't mean to come across as nonchalant. I'm just saying, as a matter of fact. Um, okay. Anyway, um, which brings me back to, I said, well, which brings me back to, with my relationship as an Aries, with relationship with Leo people. That noise just it's so interesting anyway. But which brings me to my relationship as an Aries woman with Leo men and Leos. Is just I feel like it's an issue with respect versus disrespect. Is like an issue because there should be no disrespect, but I find out that there is like disrespect, respect. You understand? And it's like on the higher level of it all, there is a lot of respect, a lot of admiration, a lot of love, a lot of generosity, a lot of warmth, a lot of warmth shared between Aries and Leo. Um, of course, Leo gives the brightest or like the hottest and the warmest of the warmth that me as an Aries receive, because I'm just just a baby Aries, right? So it's kind of like you have to look up to Leo, and God forbid if that Leo is operating on their dark side, you still have to look up to them. And that's how it has been. You understand? It's kind of like when they're operating on their great side, which is usually towards the beginning phases. You understand? You look up to them, and then when they're on their dark side, you're still looking up to them, because you know that they are the sun. You understand? It's kind of like almost when someone gets a sunburn. You understand? Or if there are bad effects of getting the sun. You understand? We like to see sun as good, right? It is good. Um. So um. Now I'm saying how Leo feels disrespected by me, but with the Aries, you know, um, how they feel disrespected by Leo is just kind of like what I've been saying when, you know, you see me as weak, even if am, because, they say there's power in the tongue. You understand? So I noticed that whenever my father said something, or I get the notion or whiff of what he's trying to project to me as, oh, she's weak, oh, she's done, oh, she's just so stupid, it affects me, and it's like it manifests whatever he's saying. So once he says something great, I shoot up. Once he sees me as something bad, you get what I'm saying? I just fall down if I'm not already falling down. And it's kind of like I said, the narcissism of it all. You understand, between um, Leo and Aries, because Aries is supposed to be very selfish, and yes, I am. You understand, but I feel like Leos are very much more selfish than Aries. I know I'm lying, but still, I believe they are, because everything is about them. Everything is about them. Like, if you, like, when I am in a relationship with Leo, mind you, I've never dated any Leo man. Not to my knowledge, I've never dated any Leo man. But if you see what I said, if you're in a relationship with a Leo man, whether you're his daughter, whether you're his friend, it feels like that is a relationship, and it's a lot of work. Like, he would just call you and expect you to listen to the bullshit that he's talking about. You understand? He'll want to talk to you for hours and hours and hours on the phone. And even if you're acting film, and you're just like, okay, yeah, yeah, he will disturb you while you're sleeping, or do something stupid, like when you're going to work, he will start complaining that there's no food in the house when clearly somebody else cooked food. It's just weird. Like, that's when we use the word change. Somebody who wants this and that. You understand? Somebody who is like, how they describe kids sometimes. You understand? And I'm sorry if you don't understand the word change. You understand? It's just that when you see, it's kind of like, when somebody makes, let's say, okra soup. Oh, now you want vegetable soup, and you're saying it at all times. And that's the Leo man or Leos for you. They expect you to jump. Even like a Leo friend that I had, very narcissistic, was like a narcissist. You understand? I had, we had highs, but there was, lows. You understand that, ruined the relationship. But it was just pure narcissism. Like, yeah, like, the environment I was in was just highly narcissistic. For me not to run into at least one narcissist, but it was like everyone narcissist. You understand? And me looking at myself in the mirror. You understand? I don't know, because I always carried myself. I always thought that I was a codependent, but then I looked up codependent narcissist, and I'm like, whoa, I might be a codependent narcissist, or a narcissistic codependent. And then, like I said, I'm very selfish, so I might as well be like what they call like an inverted narcissist or something. And then I have my South Node in Leo. You understand? And with all the karmic events that I've had, like when I say karmic, mostly I'm meaning it in like unfortunate karmic events that have happened to me in life, which is a lot. It makes me realize sometimes, not immediately, you understand, but it makes me realize just how bad I was in a past life, or just that, sis, like, sis, I'm a narcissist. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's, I don't know, and I'm still trying to wrap my head around it because I know I confirm that, you understand, the way I was raised. Yeah, I'm definitely codependent. I'm very, very, very codependent. And, I need to work on that. It's not easy. Breaking out of certain habits is not easy. You understand? Where, it's kind of like I told you, somebody had to nudge me to do the channel. You understand? Like what was stopping me? I've been thinking years and years and years, even before I got comfortable in front of a camera. Like, I've been thinking, okay, I need to do a channel. I need to do my channel. I need to do my channel. I need to do this, and I didn't even know how to even do it, and I didn't know how I was gonna do it. So yeah, that's just some things I think, you understand, with Leos, with myself too. Leos, like I said, they bring culture. You know, like this shirt alone has a personality and mind of its own. So when I put on this shirt, when I put on this top, like, I even my neighbors, I feel like they notice that I'm a different person. You understand? It's like, okay, that cat over there, that African wild animal, or that animal, that cat. You understand? So, well, yeah, it's like, I get to understand tradition. Like I said, it's not like I really, really loved it, but it's kind of like, at the end of the day, I get to understand, the importance of tradition, the importance of knowing your roots, the importance of understanding your father, the importance of understanding what your father represents, the the importance of supporting your father's vision, the importance of being valuable to your dad, even if it's to your detriment, because it's kind of like all the glory belongs to him. You understand? All the glory belongs to God, which is our dad. You understand? Which is our father. You understand, right? You understand? So, um, it, it's like with Leos, I really get to understand that. You understand? And like, if I've not said this enough, like, or if even if I've not said this at all, it's not easy for me to even comprehend, because I learned hard lessons. You understand? Like, growing up with a man, you understand, who is a king. You understand? He's a Leo, so that makes him a king already, and somebody who was well taken care of, who was kind of like sort of spoiled. You understand? By his sister, by his eldest sister. You understand? And plus, like, as if I've not said it, he's the last born, so he's already entitled. Like me, naturally, I always feel entitled. Even if I don't want to carry myself like that, I always feel entitled to things. And, it's made a lot of women really jealous of me. You understand? I'm serious, like, extremely jealous of me, to the point that they they really hurt me with their words. You understand? Because they see the entitlement. I don't know if it's an entitlement issue, but you understand, they see me being entitled, acting entitled. And I just didn't think anything was wrong with that. A lot of times I still don't think anything is wrong with that, and sometimes I catch myself though, and I'm just like, wow, I'm really, really, I really, really act as though I'm entitled to things. You know, well, I do feel entitled to things. Um, isn't that a trait of narcissism? Like, you know, feeling entitled to things, feeling entitled to people. You understand? Like, I'm a type of woman. I want to be well taken care of. Like, see, and that's the problem. You understand? When I was growing up, you understand? I did what I was told. I did everything perfectly. They take me to school. I may not be the first in position, but I pass all my results. I go to the next one. You understand? So, and Leo, there's nothing more that Leo likes than to see somebody just staying on course, doing what they need to do. But when I fell off course, boom, fell down. Yeah, they can't forgive that. Because it's their ego, like they can't really forgive that. They won't respect you. And that's the thing, that's the issue I have. You understand? It's kind of like you keep that thought, like keep the thought, like keep the pure thoughts. And that's the thing about me. I think I usually, as an Aries, I sanctify my thoughts naturally. Like if I'm feeling bad, I can feel bad, but then I sanctify the thoughts. Like, of course, it's not as great as it used to be back in the day, but I do it, and that's like the childlike spirit where it's like an innocence. It's like even if I hold a grudge against you, I'm not really holding a grudge. I don't know how to hold grudge. I'm very, very masculine in nature. Like I'm positively charged. You understand? Have a lot of air in my chart, mostly positively charged. Just like a man. But I noticed that men are very unforgiving, and Leo is just one of the signs. First of all, I think all men are unforgiving, but Leo is just like they don't know how to forgive because they know that if something happens, it's gonna happen again, and it's just they cannot get past the notion that you you hurt their ego. Like it's an ego, like it's a big huge ego. There is nothing you can say to the narcissistic injury that you have caused a Leo man. You understand? He just gonna discard you in his thoughts, in his mannerisms towards you. You understand? And that is what I've experienced and what I've understood with um as an Aries woman dealing with a Leo man or even Leo woman. Leo women, now this is the fun part a little bit. With Leo women, it's like I can instinctively tell a woman um if she has like Leo moon or Leo rising. I can sort of tell, like if I'm around her. You understand? Like if I'm in her presence, I can feel her energy, and I can sort of kind of know if she has Leo in her chart. Like I can just watch her, and I know that she has Leo moon or Leo rising. You understand? Even if I don't get physical evidence that she is, I can just feel her out, and I'm just like, that's so Leo. You get what I'm saying? And I don't know what it is, whether it's my South Node in Leo that makes me able to accurately or precisely pinpoint a woman who has strong Leo in her chart. You understand? Or is operating under her Leo energies. Uh, yeah, women, like I said, sometimes it's easy for me to spot that. And once I know that she's a Leo, because the kindred spirit is there, it's like that positive energy, that positive type of conversation. Oh, it's, oh, hi, how you doing? Even the Leo kids, like when they speak to me, it's like, oh, hi, auntie, how are you doing? It sounds different. It's very positive, as opposed to when I'm in the presence of, like, let's say a water sign. They drain my energy. I naturally feel disrespected because they're already coming from like on the other side of the spectrum. You understand? You understand it? So, so when I see the Leo kids, they are, even when they are disrespectful, it's they classy about it. I just love it. Like the kids from when they're young, the little kids, the girls, they could be mature for their age. Even the have I seen Leo boys? Yeah, you understand, like, like a Leo, listen, the Leo girls, like they, very dignified in their speech. You understand, very classy in their speech, very eloquent. You understand, in a way that I understand as a kindred spirit, like in a fiery way, in like a passionate, just like in a flame, just a beautiful flame. You understand, when they speak, they're like I said, it's like, oh, hi, auntie, how are you doing, auntie? And there's no raspiness in their voice. It's just clean fire. It's just like a bright, beautiful flame. And I love to experience that. You understand? Because I always feel like an outcast with my positivity, because I'm always met with opposition and negativity. So when I'm in that Leo presence, I feel, especially like in a Leo woman's presence, I feel understood. I feel validated, like on a higher level, like on like a good beneficial level for me. Usually the conversation is positive and they understand what I'm saying. You understand? And they shoot me up. They lift me up. You understand? Like when I'm feeling down, oh, I don't feel like doing this. They're like, oh no, you should never think. Like one time I was just saying, you understand, with that Leo friend, that at the end of the day, when we hit the low, we hit the low, because she was just a narcissist. She was too narcissistic for me. Um, she When we're in our highs, our conversation, she would say something like, no, no, I would say, so, I don't think he will like me, because I don't think I'm the type of man. No, I say I don't think I'm the type of woman that he wants. He looks like the type of man that will not like me. I don't think that I'm what he's looking for. And then she will say, oh no, you should never think like that. You understand? You should never think like that. You should always say, I'm more than enough for a man. You understand? So whether she said that to be deceitful or not, like I find positive conversation very stimulating. You understand? Not sexually in this case, but I just find it mentally stimulating, and just I appreciate that type of a conversation, because it's like something that I'm familiar with, something that I like to believe I'm familiar with. You understand? That puts me in my comfort zone, that makes me feel safe. You understand? It makes me feel like I can express myself. You understand? A lot of times I don't feel like I can express myself. You understand? And that's a problem too with Leo. They want you to express yourself eloquently. Not that they really care about what you're saying. You just still have to express yourself. They don't really care, because they care about what they're thinking. You understand? Um, and that's another thing, you understand, that I didn't like with the experience of Leo. Um, with Leo women. she was kind the Leo. I don't think I've been friends with a lot of Leo women, but there was just one in particular that I was very conscious of her being my friend, where they would try to push you to do things you don't want to do. Like she would keep bringing a man my way that she knows that I don't want to talk to. She would just do it just because she was like, oh yeah, see this guy, go talk to him. And the whole time she too is trying to talk to him, or it's just it's sick. It's, I don't know, it's just sick. Like sometimes when I see people operating on their negative traits, it's very sickening to me. And it's kind of like, it's sickening to a point you would think that, do I look in the mirror to even see myself for my own negative traits? Maybe not, but I mean, I do. I'm aware of my stuff to a certain degree. You understand? And people do tell me about myself. People are not scared of me. You understand? They tell me about how I'm doing, and I think about what I do, whether they tell me or not. You see why I said I need ice for this thing? I need ice. So I don't have ice. So I'm just gonna put it in the freezer for a couple of moments, you know, for it to be frozen. But it's not gonna be frozen when I'm drinking it. Just for it to be around frozen. You understand? Let it be around it ice. You understand? So, um, yeah, she'll bring people around my way. She'll bring guys around my way. Um, she will need pictures. Sometimes, not that she would want pictures of me. I think she would like the pictures of me, and she started sending. Oh yeah, she wanted pictures of me, and she started sending pictures. I didn't know that she wanted. I mean, if she wanted pictures of me, I didn't have any problem with it. You understand? And I was innocently just giving her my pictures. I didn't know that she was using it to send it to other men, so that I don't know. It was. It was. It was like I just didn't like it. You understand? I felt violated in a way, or felt like I was put up for prostitution, and that's exactly what she was doing. Like she was, you know, she was trying to. And when we go around places where people would know of her, she would just be, guys will be trying to talk to me. Guys that will not usually approach me, or guys that cannot even be able to approach me, you understand, will start to approach me like, oh, I've already talked to her. And I'm in my mind, I'm like, why will you think? Do you I'm like, why will you think that you can come to me? Like, I just couldn't get my head over that. Like, why do you think you could approach me? What makes you think that? Whether on my good day, whether on my bad day, you can approach me. You understand? And it was because she was, leading them on to me. I don't know. I think she was trying to make a business out of me. You understand? I actually even, because of she was persuading me to do some things. Like, I even, allowed her to, how do you say it? Like, persuade me to going on a date with somebody that I end up causing a lot of drama, because the guy was trying to sleep with me on the first night, trying to get him to my house for the first night. And I was just, I was so irritated. And as I was irritated, he was turned on even more. I was just done. And when I told her, I was like, I was like, I'm not gonna date this guy. He wanted to, this and that. And all she wanted to understand was exactly the whole story that happened. Like, okay, when we went on a date, he held my hand. She wanted all that details. Like, she really wanted to really enjoy that. She was like, oh, you're not telling me the whole story. Oh, you're not telling. Oh, the drama queen Leos. It's true what they say, the drama queen Leo women. Uh, well, that was that. And I just I and thank God the guy didn't really want to deal with me. He didn't. You understand? Because once he knew about a health condition, you understand. And I should have just played it cool. Like, I shouldn't have told him anything about that. But then, he was making me uncomfortable because he was speaking about another person with a condition. And then, so I was quite uncomfortable. And he was like, "Oh, do you this?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, I am diabetic." So he was like, "Oh, I'll call you back. Oh, I'll call you back." Just a fucked up Leo dude. I know, fucked up Virgo dude. You understand? He just hung up. You understand? And he never talked to me again. And so it's been so hard for me to tell people, "Oh yeah, I am diabetic." Blah. You understand? I don't let people know, and it's not because I'm trying to hide it from them. It's just because of the trauma of what happened to me with that guy, where that Leo girl forced me to, go on a date with him, knowing fully well that she liked him or that they had some kind of interesting relationship where he was serving her, and as she forced me to start dating him, you understand, I was like, "Oh yeah, yeah, you know how when you're dating someone, you want to make your friend feel happy, or you're dating the person and then you're like highlighting the great things that happened, and you're like, "Oh yeah, he took me here." You understand? I was telling her that, and then she was like, "Oh, I mean, it looks like the way you're talking about him, you just take him away from me. Does that even make any sense?" I, but anyway, that was one of the many, many narcissistic encounters I've encountered. You understand? So, yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's that. Okay, so now this video is getting too long, or it has gotten out of hand too long. So I'll probably do like a part two. You understand? So this will be part one to um my relationship as an Aries woman with Leo men and Leo women, and just Leos in general. Thank you so much for tuning into Intuitive Talks with your host Ananina. I just intuited into it. You intuited into it. We all intuited into it. And I'm just connecting the dots while also just remembering memory. Take care, everyone.